Hello, today I'm going to introduce you to Scriptmap. And let's go ahead and log in. So we are in wavedata.co.uk. When you have a subscription, you go to the login button and click that. Then you either enter your login details, or if they're already there, they may populate the buttons, the 4 buttons below. Otherwise, you may have to click the validate button. And Scriptmap is the lowest on the list here of the 4 products that we have. So let's log in there. So when you're actually in, you will see a number of things. You see the names of molecules, you'll see various codes and the BNF section, sub-paragraphs. The 3 columns that you see here and we'll see repeatedly on this website are total cost, which is worked out at the individual product level, and you will see total items, which is generally the number of prescriptions, and the quantity, which is very often broken down to capsules or tablets. With liquids, it's sometimes milliliters, and with things like catheters and dressings, it's the individual unit normally, but not always. It depends on the governments and how they publish the data. So the first thing to say is you can jump from one country to another by using the England button here, and it then tells you at the top of the page which country you're in case you get confused. You can also change the date range at any time. So if we do that, you can go up to a year in this particular screen, and these numbers change when you do this. There we go. So you've got numbers now for February to July 2000. Let's put it back to a single month for the time being, and you'll see the numbers change again. There we go. So to actually open up a particular molecule, so if your company subscribes to the service, it's done by molecules. So you click on a molecule, and what you'll see within that is the names of the different generics and brands, or the different pack sizes, different packs that are available. So here we've got the generic atorvastatin and various liquids, and then further down the page we have Lipitor, the original brand. If there are branded generics in the molecule you're interested in, they would show up as well. So basically anything that's prescribed by a GP in primary care will show up in there, including liquid specials, which we have there. Once you're in here, you can do a number of different things to actually get at the data. You have some functionality called area. Now those are designed as a filter so that you can set up sales territories within the data and look at particular salespeople and how they're doing. So those are dummy hypothetical sales territories. If I click on one of those, all of the numbers that appear when we run any report which links to a CCG or includes a CCG will be filtered for those areas. And you've got various tools that sit on this tools button which allow you to customize in more ways. Right down at the bottom of the page here we have some pink lines which are products that are grouped for commercial reasons. So you could have in there your key brands or your key competitors, and then you can ask your salespeople to say which is their top ranking surgery for competitor products, where should they be spending that time, or which CCG is highest priority for them with their own brands or their competitor brands. So it's very tailorable. Once you're actually in this particular page, you have a choice of 2 different sets of logins, drop downs rather here. The first one allows you to run maps or reports by CCG. Let's run one as an example. So this is data CCG. I'm running a data report, but I could equally well run a map of the same thing. And what that will do is actually pull out the data showing what's going on in CCGs for this particular product. You can rank the data. So if you wanted to rank on cost, you just click on the column heading, do it a couple of times, and it will put the top one at the top. So you can see Kent and Medway are top in the UK, in England anyway. And you've got quantity there, you could rank on that. So you've got quite a series of different sets of data there. We're just looking at a single month at the moment. Let's close that down. The second drop down allows you to look at trends over time. So we could click on that and we could look at long-term trends and see how that's working. So if I scroll down a little bit here, we can see that atorvastatin is actually a growing molecule. The numbers that are showing there are, the purple line is quantity, so that's the number of prescriptions that have been written, and the actual cost is red. So if I click on quantity to get rid of it, we put cost in instead. So they're quite flexible, you can see what you're doing. But also on the same page, you have above this all the prescription data by CCG for the country. Another little bit of functionality you have in here is the ability to group areas, to group territories based on the CCGs. So where CCGs have merged, we've updated that and have backdated the data so that all of it is in line with the current structure. If you're dealing with a joint formulary or a pre-merger integrated care area, then you can use the areas functionality to put them together and to get one set of numbers rather than being confused by lots of different CCGs within that area. So it's a very flexible tool. It allows you to get to the data you need to drive your sales and to understand where your competitors are focusing so that you can gobble up that business. Thank you for your time. If you're interested in contacting us and subscribing to the data, then if you go back to the wavedata.co.uk website, it has a contact page, and that has a little form. You can fill that in and send us a message, and we'll be delighted to hear from you.